Kristen. I am for those of you who don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't know though if you're friends on Facebook with me, but I'm a master's level licensed counselor in the North Valley, and I specialize in ADHD and executive functions, and I do a lot of talking with folks and parents about managing homework time. And oh my gosh, we're in an alternative universe right now with talk about the ultimate homework time. With I'm seeing a lot of chatter online and stuff with this pressure parents are feeling about doing homeschooling, and I think we're using that term kind of loosely right now, but doing that distance learning, I like to call it. So I had posted some strategies, and it's really hard to kind of explain how to use strategies just through a post. So I thought I might throw a video together here and just kind of tack that onto it. One of the strategies, if you are coming off of spring break, or you have never really tried to regiment any kind of like a particular schedule in the day, you're just not that personality, that's totally okay. If you're feeling this pressure, like you don't want it to be, a loosey-goosey vacation, you feel like the kiddos should be productive in some way, shape, or form, or else we're going to end up getting in fights about, oh, the dishes need to be done and nobody did them, and the garbage is overflowing, and why doesn't anybody take that out, and look at your room, and to avoid those arguments, maybe we could enlist the kids to help out around the house with cleaning up after themselves and things like that. And then also, if you have older kids that are getting that distance learning and getting those packets are coming home, from what I understand, or some folks are switching over to online. The schools are just sort of figuring out how to do it. But regardless, I wanted to introduce you to the super simple schedule. Super easy cheesy. A lot of ADHDers get overwhelmed with time constraints, and a time schedule feels very overwhelming to an ADHD parent because, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to stay on time, right? Like 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock is supposed to be math time, but then it gets to be 2:30 and we haven't even started. Oh, what does that make me, a failing parent? No, that is not the situation at all. So if you're kind of new to starting a schedule, or you're just feeling really overwhelmed by it, let's make it simple. Start with something simple. And so I had just created this thing. It's on my Facebook page. You can download it and print it out, and it has a little bit of an explanation in there. You can hear my own kids because the kids are home. And then it's got a step-by-step with some images as to what it might look like. And what this is it's kind of a combination of adding a little structure to your day in a way that might make sense to your kiddos. This kind of a schedule will work great with young ones, with little ones. Adding, especially because they are so time blind, adds a little structure to your day, helps you feel a little bit better about, the kids did something productive today. It really clarifies for the kids exactly what's expected of them, because if they don't know that doing the dishes or cleaning up the dishes is expected of them, and then they get busted for it, that's not very fair. They didn't know. Last week during spring break, they didn't have to do dishes. Now all of a sudden they have to, So we want to be fair about that. Now, basically what you do is these boxes, I set them up so that they're about the size of a sticky note. And really, it's just sectioning your day off into 3 sections. There's the morning, midday, and then in the evening. And basically all you're doing is you're creating the when, then magic words, as I call it when I introduce it to my parents. When, then, and if you need 2 whens, like when you eat all of your lunch and you put your dishes away. When, then, when, and then you put your dishes away, then you can go play at the park or whatever. So you're basically introducing this concept that, yes, you can totally have this thing and do this thing that you want to do, and enlist them in helping you to think up ideas of the things that they would like to do. But you got to do the work first, you got to do a little something. It's kind of this concept, this culture of earning, basically. It's not a culture of reward, it's a culture of earning. And with ADHD kids, incentives and working towards building something, creating something, or hunting something, which really is, I'm going to do the work so that I can get my paycheck. You're hunting down that paycheck. It clicks for them. It makes sense to them. But doing something in order to avoid a consequence just doesn't click for them. So we use this strategy instead, and you end up having much nicer conversations with your kids anyway. So basically, when you have the sticky notes set up, you know, it sort of looks like this. I mean, I did 3 different colors thinking, hey, in the morning I can tell my kids just focus on the yellow stickies, you know, just focus on the yellow notes. And when they say, can I play games? Or I don't know, whatever they're asking for, you know, you can say, well, did you do your when? You know, did you do your sticky? And then you don't have to fight them and say, do it right now, or do it right now during this period between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. You know, you can see that battle coming, right? Just say, yeah, here's the deal that's offered to you. You can get on games after you've done your 2 math pages whenever you get around to doing that. And you can set a time, you know, a time limit, so that's like a morning time deal. It starts at 11 or ends at 11 o'clock, and then the midday is between 11 and 4, let's say, and then 4 o'clock on. So, you know, 11 o'clock comes and okay, we'll deal off. Now, if they do choose to do their 2 math pages because they want to get their games, then they take it off and they bring it to you, and then you know, check out their math pages and praise them and give them things, and they can throw this away. So satisfying to throw those sticky notes away. And then, you know what? Give them some props. Give them some stars that they can earn or gather towards something, or pile up, or marbles in a jar, or whatever. But make sure that you mark it here. Even if you have marbles in a jar type of a situation, mark it here too, to show, look, this is a task you did. You got this reward. You know, they can connect those dots. And then, haha, they get to do their game. All right. Now 11 o'clock hits. All right, kiddo, let's look at the schedule. We got reading, and then you got to make sure you put away your lunch dishes, and then you can go play outside. So when you do these 2 things, come bring those notes to me. And then they do those things. You see the quality of work that they've done, and you give them stars on their effort and their quality, and then they can go play outside. So this is sort of how this is working out throughout the day, right? Then I like to call it a pickup party because I like to play music. Most ADHD adults that I know talk about playing music or a podcast or Netflix video or whatever in their ears. That helps them to get, you know, the tasks of life done, laundry and everything. And I completely agree, and I'm on board with that. So I like to call it a pickup party and get them used to, you know, playing music or doing something fun, listening to something fun while working in it. It tends to help. So anyway, yeah, so like post 4 o'clock and you meet together again. Okay, guys, we got a pickup party for all the stuff you got out today. And then you can get on your screens. The earlier you pick things up, the longer time you have to be on your screens. Oh, you did your pickup party. You get your reward for it. You can add it up at the end of the day. You could always put this into a slip cover, and you could do the stars with a dry erase marker so you don't have to print this page out over and over again. And then look at their screens. And at the end of the day, look at what they're left with. They're not left with just the memories of being, you didn't do this, and why didn't you do this, and why didn't you think of this, and you didn't do this right, but they have this visual image of their day. Look at the things that I accomplished. And that is what fuels their gas tank of motivation for the next day. They look at this and go, and you say, let's see if you can get even more stars today. If you get more stars, then you can have 2 more bonus stars. Whatever, things like that. You can make a deal. And it turns into sort of like a game. And it's reasonably painless, and it's got a little behavior management to it as well. So enjoy. I hope it works for you. Please let me know if it doesn't work for you or if it does. Also, tomorrow, if you happen to be watching this on Monday, tomorrow we're doing Troubleshooting Tuesdays from 11 to 1. You can register to get the link and ask me any questions. Let's troubleshoot this situation. You know, what is the struggle right now? How do I get my kids to follow the schedule? How do I get my kids to do their online work? If they're going to grade, I just heard there's one school they're going to not grade for accuracy, but they're going to grade for completion. Well, how do I get my kid to, you know, do quality work if they're? Let's talk it out. So get online with me. Check out one of those Troubleshooting Tuesdays, and I hope to see you there. Bye, guys. enjoy your time at home.